Hi folks, and welcome to Adiga Armory. Today we're going to do a real short little quickie for you. I just wanted to remind you guys to remember to clean your magazines. Cleaning your mags is almost as important as cleaning your guns. Now, you don't have to do it quite as often, but boy, when they get really dirty, they can mess you up. So today I'm going to show you guys how to clean mags quick, easy, and awesome. Now, before we get started, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And please visit us at AttigaArmory.com and check out a bottle of our citrus-powered synthetic CLP. You're going to love this stuff, I promise. Now, let's get to it. So I'm going to use a little kind of stumpy, neutered, California grade 10 round AR mag to demonstrate this, because this thing is just so easy to demonstrate on and it's easy for you guys to kind of see. It also works pretty much exactly like the regular 30 round magazines that God intended them to be. And I'm going to show you guys same deal on a little pistol mag. This is a Magpul magazine, just like this one is a Magpul magazine, but this is for a Glock Model 19. Now, while you guys might not have these exact type of firearms, most magazines, and I say that with like great, caution, most are very similar to these as far as taking them apart. Now, there's some magazines that are way different. For example, a Ruger 1022 magazine does not work like this. That's a rotary magazine. The whole entire mechanism rotates, as opposed to just simply having the follower going straight up and having a spring underneath it. So today's demo is going to be more for just these straight single or double stack magazines that you would find in pistols and a lot of semi-automatic rifles. Alright, so first off, we're going to want to just quickly disassemble our magazines, and you'll see a little takedown button on the back of your magazine. We'll start with the rifle one first, and you can actually just use a rifle round to open this if you want to, or you can use like flathead screwdriver, whatever you want. And you're just going to be looking at these lines here. You can see how the lines are kind of cut in a way that indicate that it would slide in that direction off. Okay, so we couldn't make it slide this way because you can see how this top piece would get stopped right there. So that's how we know that it has to slide that way. Now, some of the mags might be different, but generally speaking, you can take a close look at the base plate of the magazine, which is what you're trying to remove, and you'll be able to kind of determine which way it needs to slide just by sort of looking at some of the lines and the way that this thing's set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to insert my round a little bit here, and I'll just push this thing back with my thumb, and you can see how this is getting ready to come right off. The spring inside of there is under pressure, so you got to be careful. Keep your thumb over the middle of this thing as you're sliding that base plate off so that it doesn't just fly up and smack you in the face, okay? And then we're just going to release it nice and slow. You can see how much pressure that spring was under, right? That whole thing is compressed in there. And then from there, I'm just going to go ahead and pull that entire assembly out. And let's go ahead and do the same thing with our pistol mag. You can see this pretty much same exact type of setup here. This would indicate that it has to slide off backwards because there's just no way for it to go forward. So same deal. I'm going to put my thumb here. I'm going to push a little bit backwards with my left hand thumb while I depress that little takedown button. And again, I'm just holding that mag spring in so it doesn't just blow out of there, just like that. And then I pull the entire thing out with the follower and everything. Now I've just got a little bit of CLP on this patch here, and I'm just going to kind of run it through my mags, through the actual housing, both of those. I'm also going to clean up the followers, a little CLP, and I'm going to hit the springs. Going to hit the base plates, and I'm actually going to hit these little retaining plates as well. Now if your mag is really filthy, you might want to just pop these off of the spring. This one's not too bad, I clean it regularly, so I'm just going to give it a little wipe on the inside there. Then lastly, we're just going to hit it with a toothbrush real quick. We're going to hit everything with the toothbrush. And mainly just my followers here. I want to make sure get all the grime off of those. Now, the final step before we put these back together is I want to dry up as much of the CLP as humanly possible. Doesn't matter what cleaning product that you pick, you really want to make sure you get it out of your magazines before you put them back together. Don't leave them sopping wet with really any kind of cleaning solvent or lubricant. Basically, it's going to contaminate your ammunition regardless of any weird promises that the manufacturer makes. Just trust me on this. Keep oils and solvents away from ammo. So I'm going to use one of these blue shop towels here, and I'm just going to dry this up as much as humanly possible. You want just stuff pretty much bone dry in there, because all this is going to really do is just collect dust and debris and things like that if you leave a bunch of oil in there. And of course, when you've got this thing opened up like this, now's a good time to inspect the insides of those magazine housings. Just make sure that there aren't any like burrs or, you know, weird irregularities on those walls or those channels. Just, you know, anything that might bind up that mag follower and keep it from moving smoothly up and down. Now's the time to kind of look for those things and just make sure that it's nice and dry in there. And we're just going to put this back together in essentially reverse order that we did it in. Just make sure that your magazine follower is angling in the same direction as the actual feed lips and the angle of the magazine. Kind of compress that and lock it into place. So same deal on the rifle side. You want to make sure that your mag follower is going in the right way, otherwise it probably won't go in at all. So sometimes these Magpul mags, they just won't fully lock into place just by pushing here. So I'll just use my live round again, and I'll just kind of push on the back of it, and it'll just pop right up into place. So there you have it, folks. That's all it takes to keep these mags running clean and smooth. So if you haven't done it in a while, go get her done. So thanks for visiting today. We'll see you again next time at Adiga Armory.